Hecke wins it back. Great work from Bunum. Doucouré. And what a tackle from Van Hecke. It was offside anyway, but Van Hecke doing the important work there. The line for Mount. Made a charging run, and on the stretch, an important, very important interception from Van Hecke. Rashford shifts it. Looks for that run of Fernandes. Really good looking ball, but Van Hecke is there, and he's too strong for Bruno Fernandes. Now Rashford. What a tackle from Van Hecke, judged to perfection. But Van Hecke knew when to step onto the ball. And he does superbly to win Brighton a throw. Tomane's touch is superb, but Van Hecke's strength is too. Oh, Havertz could be in here. Van Hecke with him. Havertz, great stop. Saka, blocked again. Van Hecke. And then right at the end, Havertz stumbles. More heroic defending from Van Hecke. He stayed with Havertz. Then gets the block in. And again. I just want to be wary here because Havertz has collected. Van Hecke, impeccable. Saka's control is instant. Odegaard on the overlap, crossing opportunity. And Van Hecke, as so often is the case, a magnet for any crosses coming into the box. Great defensive header. Van Hecke in support. Great cross, great header, great equaliser. Jack Hinchelwood with a bullet header. Van Hecke whipped it across, and Hinchelwood made absolutely no mistake with the header. That is outstanding. And that's class from Van Hecke. Absolutely class, and he plays in Mitoma. Van Hecke doing just enough. Van Hecke, superb work from him. Over the top again. Could Pedro be in here? João Pedro on his return to the side, and he skews it wide. The Chups is coming thick and fast now. Wonderful ball over the top. Pedro doing everything right, but the finish just lacking. Now it's Pedro, and it's dropped for Belieber. Belieber finds the net. Brighton level. Crucial goal on his 50th Albion appearance. Just what the Seagulls needed. The touch from Pedro is breathtaking to tee up Belieber, and he didn't try and smash it. He went for placement. And Hecke around the corner for Pedro, and Leno makes the save. Pedro applauds the pass. It was perfectly into his path. He barely had to break stride. Great vision from Van Hecke, taking out 4 Fulham defenders. Well worked by Leicester, and into Soumare. El Khanous, Vardy on the turn, and it's excellent defending by Van Hecke, and he's got the goal kick decision as well. It was brilliant defending from Van Hecke once more. And now McAteer's real end-to-end. Van Hecke again. He is absolutely world-class. Top draw defending, and he's got Brighton on the front foot here with Jorginho.
Forward to Sharda. Wissa. Trapped every step of the way by Jean-Paul Van Hecke. looking sharper at the moment, and Burmo and Janelt and Wissa tried to strike goalward. Van Hecke was there to block.
Minte forced backwards. And now he runs over the top, and it's a good run as well. Minte's in, Minte! Oh, how has that not gone in? Here's the chance that everyone inside the London Stadium thought was in.
Watchful there is Van Hecke. It doesn't matter because Morgan Rogers has got it back. Is that a penalty? Well, you can see what Van Hecke thinks. He says it's a dive. Villa Park think differently. Either a toe end or a stud end. By the way, looks as though he may just get some of the ball there, which is what maybe has just saved Jan-Paul Van Hecke from conceding a penalty. Rogers it is that wins it back. Now into Tielemans, finds the return ball to Rogers and just scampering over to dive on top of it after the deflection is Verbruggen. Does well to keep it in play. Carlos chips one long, up towards Watkins. Taking over now is Leon Bailey. Blocking there again from Van Hecke. Just rolled Van Hecke there, did Watkins, and it was Bailey who was able to take over, but Van Hecke recovered well enough.
Caicedo, lovely run from Dewsbury Hall, lovely read from Jan-Paul Van Hecke, who got in the way. Such a consistent performer for Brighton and Hove Albion. And Neto's there to volley away, Belieber.
Down the line he goes, and it's a good looking ball for Archer as well. Van Hecke's there, and Van Hecke is impeccable. Wonderful defending from a wonderful defender. Well won by Van Hecke. Cameron Archer is feeling the effects of it, and Paul Hecke enjoyed that one. Semenyo flicks it on, and Van Hecke was there. What a tackle. What an absolutely outrageous tackle from Van Hecke. Van Hecke in strongly again, and the Amex absolutely loves that. They love him. A real hero at the heart of the Albion defence.
Willock with the surging run, and another impeccably timed challenge from Van Hecke. Tonali will latch onto it though. Van Hecke going to go in there, gets caught late, free kick to the Albion. Van Hecke though stands firm, good defending from the Dutchman. He's happy to let Willock go out there. Ball still in play.
Will it be a Yari this time? It will. And he floats it in. And Van Hecke's there! And Van Hecke scores! His first goal for the Albion draws Brighton level. And what a header it was! Brighton have responded in superb fashion. 5 minutes between the goals. Brighton have hauled themselves level. And it's fan favourite Jan-Paul Van Hecke with his first goal for the Seagulls. Superb header. And it reaches Iwobi, and it's deflected away. It'll be a goal kick. It was a good block, an important block from Van Hecke. And Van Hecke had his hands tucked behind his back. Threaded through for Guardiola, but Van Hecke's there on the stretch. Brighton really struggling to clear their lines. Gonzalez across, and Van Hecke is there, the brick wall. And Hinshelwood puts Van Hecke in a spot of bother, and Van Hecke does extraordinarily well to win the free kick. Van Hecke, what a tackle. Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter's cross, and it's flicked off the head of Van Hecke and out for a corner. Important header in the end. tackle from Van Hecke. In firmly, strongly on Isak. Oh, well won back by Doherty, looks into the middle, Van Hecke there again. Goal kick, the end result. Real threat from Wolves. What a performance so far from Van Hecke. He has stopped everything that has come into the Albion penalty area. Semedo around the outside, and Van Hecke does superbly well again. What a performance from the Dutchman.